is not easy, let me put it. Reason, most of us has not experienced. You can ask a question, why? The answer is, this inventory management is done behind the scene. A classic example I can tell you is how our mom or your wife does. They do the inventory management perfectly than any other organization. What do? They are buying vegetables or fish or meat, cereals, products, anything. They are managing that inventory, and when it is coming to an end, they are telling boss we have to purchase. This is the simplest and the most complicated work of a lady which we have to salute. So they are the best. That is why it is called house managers or homemakers. They are not housewife. They are actually making. They are managing things. So what they are doing is they are managing inventory very smoothly. Trust me, at least I can vouch for my mom and my wife. What they are doing is something amazing in terms of inventory. They are evaluating, for example, when we buy rice, I'm talking about raw rice. They are going to a shop and they are asking for different varieties of rice. Now there are hundreds of varieties and each variety has different price. So these beautiful ladies are able to understand for which price, what quantity and what is the benefit. For example, there is something called biryani rice. And the lowest price range for biryani rice is 100 rupees per kg. What is the advantage? It takes the lowest time to cook, which means fuel efficiency. And it is very good also. But do you want this? That is a question mark, which these people are answering. The another version, there is a rice, I am not talking about biryani rice, ordinary rice, which is you are getting for 30 rupees per kg. Do you want it? That is another question, which people like me and you are not able to answer. Those people who are managing the house are able to answer. Reason, they know inventory management in and out. This is exactly what is done in big organizations, but there they are not making rice or dal, there they are making business products. That's it. So when a company is manufacturing a car, all the parts, all the areas which is required for manufacturing are coming under inventory. It includes tire, axle, chassis, your bonnet, any metal part, any parts, including fiber, painting, polishing, all whatever you say. So all these things are components, and the company will be able to understand how much it is required, what it is required, what do we have, how much do extra we want, all these things. That is why I said this topic is little complicated for us to absorb, but this is reality which is done across. Saluting our ladies first. So I'll go for the introduction directly to this topic. Why this inventory is very crucial? It is crucial because this is the area where many of the business fails. Many of the business fails. There are big shopping malls in Noida which have closed down just because they are not able to manage their inventory. There is a lot of places in Kerala where flats are built without even selling one apartment. Their inventory management is a problem. There are many places in Andhra, in Bangalore for especially, there is a big crisis, or there was a big crisis in real estate, where flats were introduced left, right and center. It was all built, but there were no buyers. So what will that real estate guy do? He will have to, the only option in India is suicide. But that is not the answer. The answer is financial problems. Why this financial problem? It is because inventory mismanagement. So therefore, studying inventory management is most important. Second, most firms neglect this. Why? They take this as a routine activity. But if they take cautious care, this itself will increase the long run profitability. Unfortunately, what they do, they look at marketing. What they say, you produce more, then we will give advertisements and we will market. Unfortunately, if the company is able to understand, or unfortunately companies are not able to understand, that is a tragedy. But if they are able to understand how much product should be manufactured, when it should be manufactured, how it should be positioned, and when it should be sold. If they are able to answer it precisely, that is exactly a good inventory management system, then it will automatically increase the profit. How it will increase the profit? Your cost will come down. There is no point increasing sales with increasing cost. When your cost is less and your sales increase by a small percent, your profits increase more. That is beauty. What is this inventory composed of? What are the components of inventory? This we have already discussed in our introduction to working capital, but I am just introducing here also. One we have is called raw material. Second, it is second part or second stage is semi-finished goods, or it is called work in progress. Third, it is called finished goods. So inventory comprises of raw materials plus semi-finished goods plus finished goods, all the three. What is the objective of inventory management? Now I understood, okay, why you should manage inventory, because it will affect your profitability and it is more crucial. Now, what is this objectives? What is the aim of inventory management? The aim, that is the financial manager should ensure that cash flows are managed efficiently. There is no bottlenecks. There is no problem in cash flow. It should be very smooth. In this context, you might have heard about a big strike in Maruti plant. What happened? I am not talking about the strike. Just because of that strike, lot of production processes were held. They were not able to roll out the cars. Their production were stopped, which caused a dip in their sales, which in turn reduced their stock market price. So a strike can lead to this much issue, but I am not telling you should not strike. That is not my objective. My objective is how to manage that. In fact, Maruti did it very well. They had multiple options and they were able to do it pretty well when compared to any other Indian corporate. You have heard about a company called Toyota? They are the best in inventory management. They are pioneer in quality management, but their quality is proven because they are having the best inventory management in hand. So the objective of a good inventory management or adequate inventory management are, first one, to minimize investment in inventory. When you minimize investment, your cost is reduced. Second, in spite of this reduction, you should be able to meet the market demand. So you cannot say I do not have product, but at the same time you have to ensure that the market is, or what the market requires, your product should be offering, but at the same time your cost has to be lesser. So this is a multi-fold objective, which means 2 points will not meet at each other. These will be fighting against. What is the first objective? Your cost has to be minimum. When your cost will be minimum? When you produce less. When you produce less, what will happen? You will not be able to supply to the market. So if your production is less, your supply comes down. What the second objective says? Boss, your supply should be enough to meet market demand. So your production has to be less, not lesser, your cost of inventory has to be lesser, but at the same time your market demand should also be met. These are the main objectives of inventory management. Now, when we say cost of investment in inventory, what are these costs? Because I do not know, then how can I reduce the cost? Your question is correct. The answer comes just now. There are two categories of cost. The first one is called ordering cost or acquisition cost. It is also called as setup cost. English language. Ordering cost, the cost for order. Acquisition cost, the cost of acquiring. Setup cost, the cost for setting up. All three. All three are same. Second is called carrying cost. What do you mean by carrying cost? The cost of carrying. The cost of holding. Now, what is this ordering cost? I just now said it is the acquisition cost or the ordering cost. What is the thumb rule? If the number of orders are high, what will happen? Ordering cost will be high. If you increase your order size, number of orders, not value. If you from one order, or in a month you do 2 orders, in a year it will be 24 orders, because here we have 12 months. So in a month you do 2 orders. Therefore, cost per order, it will increase because it will be 24 times. But if the volume of inventory per order is high, you are ordering, but when you order, your volume is very high, what will happen? Your ordering cost will come down. So this is what your organization should be looking. You should be ordering the right quantity where the cost is less. The question is how to do that. We will come to that answer. Second, it is the carrying cost. What do you mean by carrying cost? It is the maintenance cost or the holding cost. What are there? There are two categories. First one, there is something called storage. When you are having lot of inventories, you require a godown. Common sense here. I mean, all of us know that. Second, opportunity cost. You are having lot of inventories, which means your money is blocked. If that was not there, this money you could have invested else and got a return. That is called opportunity cost. So two costs associated with carrying cost, or two categories associated with carrying cost are, it is the storage cost or the go down cost or the warehousing cost, which is very high for a high inventory. Second is the opportunity cost. Therefore, in total, what do you mean by total cost or the full cost? It is ordering cost plus carrying cost. Now you got the answer. You asked me how to minimize cost in inventory. The answer is you have to minimize the total cost. What is total cost? It is carrying cost and ordering cost. Still you will have a question. How can I do that?